Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by...
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Andrews from Frantic Amber. I do the vocals.
And I'm Mio Jäger from Frantic Amber, and I'm the guitar player.
How pleased are you with the feedback so far then?
Really pleased. It's been warmly welcomed so far for the most part, as far as I know, which is really nice. And we've been doing some interviews and also hearing back from the fans. And now that it's out, on Spotify and everything, officially, it's it's easier because before we only had 2 singles we had already 3 singles out that's been out for a while, and then the 2 more, Jolly Jane and Hell's Bell, which was kind of the ramp up until the release, which got people talking and excited. So we're excited to finally show what we've been working on for so long. So it feels great.
It's absolutely amazing. I love Black Widow, and actually it's my favorite track, and has just been released as a video as well.
Yes.
But this will be like, they're all your babies, I know, but which is your favorite track on the album today and why?
It's so
we hate
hard.
this question because we love them all.
Yeah, every song has some specialty which we like. So when I think, oh, I like this one, no, I think I like the other one too. No, so it's really hard.
Depends on your mood also, I think, a little.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Like, I can tell one that I'm excited about because it's something we haven't done before. The title track, Death Becomes Her, I'm super excited about it because it's a slow song, especially at first, and the vocals kind of get a little more space, and then it just builds and it builds and it keeps building, and then it explodes with like organ and orchestra and clean singing, and it's this like so super epic song. And of course the lyrics are super dark, like all of the lyrics on this album. But like doing the slow song really scratches a nice itch for me, and also doing like the clean singing on top of totally crazy blast beats, everything at once. It was something I wanted to do for a long time, and so that one is a little I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's just like something extra I like about that.
Amazing.
We can kind of see you, Mio, but you kind of disappeared again. Well,
no, she was there and then she went. Okay, so Gore Candy, I've got a story to tell you about that, right? I was at the gym. I've been like going back to the gym last 3 months. So I'm doing like the triceps with the bar on the head. And then Gore Candy. God, I'm like, I literally dropped the fucking thing on my head. I wasn't expecting it.
Oh no!
So
it is a surprise.
So you like Gore Candy?
I love it. But I was like, what? Wasn't expecting it.
To make a song to wake up the people after the slow songs, and then I wanted to when they do this crazy killing, I wanted something like crazy music, like
like a passion, like someone snaps, kind of. That's the whole
it's
idea.
Like really aggressive, so it like yes.
It's my go-to album at the gym, and it has been for a few weeks. I don't know if that says a lot about me or not, but it's the lyrical themes, and it just drives you, man. Love it. Yeah.
Gets your heart pumping.
It does, totally does. So, I mean, so I saw someone post something about Arch Enemy and saying like you're the horror-driven sister of Arch Enemy, and I'd agree with that. In fact, I love Arch Enemy, but I'm sort of like, you guys are up there, totally. Honestly, it's
thank
just
you.
Work of art. It really is good. Talking of art, I see what I did there. Tell us a little bit about the album cover.
Right, yeah. So the album cover is made from rotted artist Jesus Lysta, if I'm saying it right. I hope so. Anyway, we just found him on Instagram, kind of browsing after cover artists, and actually the death person in the boat was a man. It was a male figure. So we were like, oh, we love this artwork because it kind of encompasses everything we want, but could you make her a woman? Like him a woman? And he's like, oh yeah, sure. So he just changed it to a female figure, and there we go. And we also discussed the name a lot, because at first we were planning it to be called Angel Maker as the first single we put out. But like after a while, I was like, oh no. And then the Death Becomes Her title came along. It's like, okay, it's too cool. It just has to be this. And we all agreed. So that became the title after that. And it kind of like puts, even though the song is called it, and it's also in the chorus of the song, is also like veils the whole album, because it's all about death and horrible killings and stuff like this, and it's all female. So it was very fitting, and like she's riding in a sea of like blood and corpses and skulls and stuff. So it was just like, yeah, fitting, totally fitting to our concept for this album. And we also bought a few more that you will see in the booklet. If you open the booklet and look, and also in the vinyl, there are some extra artworks, because like it's just super talented, and we love his style, and it fits perfectly for this album. So hopefully people will enjoy that.
Cool. Yay, we see you. Hi. No, she's gone again.
Oh, no!
Yeah, she's back.
I'm coming out from the boat.
Yeah, you
right,
are you are death. You are
really
Death
cool.
Becomes
You
Her.
keep popping in and out. It's like really like atmospheric. I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, you gotta sit totally still now.
Yeah. See that? You went right back into the hooded figure. Wow. That's so cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
I get scared now.
There's something wrong with the camera.
It's cool. It's brilliant. It's added to the effects. It's good. All right. So what did you do on release day then? Did you have a party? Did you do any live streaming or anything like that?
Yeah, so the 4th of April, 4th of April, we had a release party in Stockholm, which was a big deal for us, because we played the whole album from start to finish, all the new songs, and then we ended with an encore with 2 songs, one from Bellatrix and one from Burning Insight, which was a big success. Yeah, people really enjoyed the new songs, and we got to talk to and see our fans, and also be in Stockholm, where we're like from the base of the band. So yeah, we had a really good time. It was a big release of a long time of working. It's kind of stressful, especially in the end, getting everything ready. So yeah, it was a really nice party, and we had also some bands playing with us, Riket and this ending, like friends of ours. So it was really a nice vibe, and a lot of our fans that have been following us since, well, the beginnings. So coming diehard fans is really nice to celebrate this with everyone. Yeah, it was a really nice vibe.
Amazing. Did you video it or anything? Have you got any YouTube videos of it to go up live?
There are some on Instagram already. Like, people were there. There were some photographers there, and some did some clips.
Yeah,
I still have to check my GoPro cameras if something came out of it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, yeah, we didn't have like a professional filming of it, no, but we did have some footage. So and
I've
people
seen
were
little
filming
bits of footage, but yeah, I was just wondering if you'd done like a whole like pro thing, but no.
No, not this time. At some point, hopefully, we'll have the budget and the opportunity to do this. Yeah. Well,
with this album, I'm sure you're going to get the budget and the backing from your record company. Totally, yeah. Checking the post, yeah. Anyway, so what about plans for tour and festivals? And have you got anything booked up?
Yes, we have some festivals we have one in May in Norway, and then we have one.
Åland.
Yeah, and before that, was close to Gothenburg, and then it's Åland and Motala first, and then it's Göteborg, close to Göteborg, and
Västerås, if that means anything.
And Västerås, and then Umeå.
Yeah, so Sweden.
Sweden, basically, yeah.
Like, saying all these Swedish names. Yeah. Some festivals we have booked.
Well, hopefully then you might even get added to like Bloodstock or something like that over here in the UK that you never know. That would be
great.
Because we've never been in England, the UK before.
Have you not? You definitely should do. You should do.
Yeah, we would love to. It got complicated there at some point, and then we haven't really had the opportunity yet, but hopefully it will come along pretty soon because we know people are waiting. There are some fans there, and also in the States and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get on the road again.
That'd be great. I mean, when was the last, apart from obviously release date, when was the last show you played before then? I mean, it's been a while.
22nd of, was it February or was it January?
February. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so we played here and there, but we did have a little more low season, or what to call it, while finishing the album, because otherwise it just never got the priority to finish everything, and it takes a long time. We recorded everything in our home studios and had to get everything ready to send to mix and masters. A lot of tracks, a lot of things going on in our songs, and really produced it to the best of our ability. And stuff like that. And of course, there were some delays and some problems, and the hard Mio's computer died at some point, had to go get saved the hard drives and all the things, you know. So,
nightmare. That's a nightmare.
But there's always things.
Yeah, and also the record company, can't you add one more song? And I had one, so we had to record. That's The Garden of Bones. We recorded like last minute.
Yeah, we added another song.
Yes.
Right.
And reworking, and I wrote new lyrics for it, and it was a really cool song. It was in the Garden of Bones. I really enjoyed that song. Actually, it has super nice groove, and it was more experimental and playful for me, at least, to play with the vocals and stuff. And the subject matter is, of course, super dark.
Of course.
It's about Dorothea Puente, which was the death house landlady. She had a boarding house for poor and sick and old people and addicts and stuff like this. So and then she stole their money, stole their social security stuff, and when she got tired of them or they got too troublesome, she murdered them with either drugs or poison or some sort, or overdoses of medicine, and dismembered them and dug them down in her garden.
Nice person,
nice old lady, and she was old. Lady. She was an older lady. So it's just like, what? Kill her grandma. It was brutal to read about. But at this point, I've read about so many, so I was like, okay,
there's another,
you know, gotten desensitized after a while, because it was hard in the beginning for me. I'm super sensitive, so it was like, But after a while. Yeah, I've
never been mad on horror films really, but then I love the music more, Jim. It's weird, isn't it? What's that?
Yes. I don't know. Like, I can be the horror. I just can't watch the horror, you know? It's super weird. Like, I love the dark aesthetics. I love doing like crazy and weird and like horrible aesthetics myself, but I just can't stomach it when it's also with the package. I like to maybe some art or something, sure, but horror films is designed to make your skin crawl, and my skin crawls. I feel everything way too much, so I just don't watch horror.
I don't really. It's weird, isn't it? Like, my girlfriend loves horror, but she hates my skeleton. I've got a skeleton now. I got it the other day, and she hates it. Just to annoy her.
It's funny how we're so complex, like bundle of different things.
It totally is, man. Yeah. All right. So after a show, then, I mean, obviously for yourself, Elizabeth, you've been doing all those crowds and everything. Do you avoid talking to fans afterwards, or do you just like whisper, or do you just do hand signals, or what?
Definitely not whisper. That is actually the worst you can do if your voice is tired, and especially in a loud environment, you won't be heard anyways. Normally I try to cool down a little, just to get from like hardcore growling and screaming mode to more talk mode, depending on the time frame, because we do try to go directly to the merch. And talk to fans, sign their vinyls or CDs or T-shirts or like anything, and take pictures and talk a little. So like normally it's not a problem. It also depends. Do I have a show the next day, or and how long? Of course. And I'm very conscious about how I speak, not to yell too much. because that's actually the worst. That's not necessarily like being on stage doing all the super guttural things. Is more afterwards in the super loud environment, trying to be heard and like talking blah blah blah, with people. So I really try to avoid that and speak more calm and use my my speaking technique is the same as vocal technique, So if I'm feeling really like bad or sick or something, like sure, I try to keep it to absolute minimum. But it normally, yeah, I'm fine. And of course, lots of rest and vocal rest, especially on longer tours. But during the day, I'm pretty quiet a lot of the time. I talk a lot now, but sometimes I'm quiet.
That's good.
Because I have to. No, I do a lot of vocal care, and like I take it very seriously. I used to be a ballerina, so I know.
That's so cool. Really,
that's why I came to Sweden and even met Frantic Amber.
All right, is that how it? Right, I didn't know that bit about your history. I didn't know that bit.
Oh.
I didn't know that little bit. What about you, Mio? When did you first realize you had a penchant for death metal? I mean, what got you into it?
Well, I started with liking like hard rock and things like that. And after I was studying music, I learned a lot of other styles like funk and soul and all kind of music. And at one time I was doing like a cover band on a cruise ship. And then I got so bored of it. Why am I doing this? I hate this. And I started, I'm going to go back to hard rock. And I discovered metal and this band, The Growl. Wow, I never heard that before. That's really cool. So I wanted to do original music and write my own music. So I started to look for bands. Actually, as a singer first, but then I found a band looking for a guitar player.
Amazing.
Yes.
Cool. Am I supposed to know you were a ballerina in your past? I didn't know that bit. Sorry.
No, not necessarily. A lot of people do know it because it's also been like on our website and people talk about it.
Dead man.
Don't worry about it. It's not like, oh, it's an exam you have to know.
I know.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's just a funny little tidbit of information. There's like metal and ballet. What?
Little
like people, they're kind of
And singing on a cruise ship is like, I mean, I can't imagine anything worse. Actually.
One dream is to make a video or a song where we can use
the skills.
Sing. Yeah, a little bit like the Black Swan. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Like the dance with what's the name?
With the Grim Reaper sort of thing. Is that what I'm thinking? Is that right? I don't know. But yeah, I can see that like as some sort
of ballet. I can see it happening.
Yeah. With black clothes. Dancing.
Oh yeah, Odile's part. It's the black swan is like the white swan and the black swan, and it's the evil one, the good one. One is black, one is white, and one is called Odessa. There's Odile. Yeah, it's a whole ballet has like a whole saga and all these stories behind the dances and a lot of them. Anyways, the classics. Anyways. Yeah. It would be really fun, but I would need some training to do like point shoes again because it's been a while. But yeah, it's definitely something I use it in everything that I do, like the discipline, the way I move, at least. But it's not like full blown ballet, of course not, because it's not really it's hard to. We would need a quite big stage and the good flooring and stuff. Like there are other criteria that would be good, and it would also have to be some sort of instrumental something, at least the part where I'm dancing, because that would be super duper hard to do, like real dancing and then singing at the same time. Like some you could do like easier stuff, of course, but we'll see if we ever get there.
Maybe a video someday.
Yeah, video would be possible.
That's the next project.
I think you should do that. Definitely. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, the first album I fell in love with and my gateway to metal, not to drugs, haha, but to metal. The band's Korn and the album Issues. I bought it, I think, in the States when I was on vacation with my family. And I also bought, like, Discman, good old days. And that disc just went on repeat, round and round and round, one more time. And I was, like, a teen, around, I don't know, maybe 15 or something. And teenage angst, not feeling too great about life and stuff. So that album really meant a lot to me. Also, there are other albums, but that was the one I had, like, physically, like, at the time. And that meant a lot to me. Just in general, it was like Jonathan Davis was like singing how I was feeling. Like, the lyrics really appealed to me, and they still do. And I also have written quite a lot of these kind of lyrics before, so that was just like magical for me. Second one, I'm trying to pick because there are so many. Another one that really got played on repeat for me. There's way later, but I would say Behemoth, the Satanist album, was just like a masterpiece. So good and so dark and so evil, so everything. And it was really, I was going through some things at the time that really, like, it just spoke to me. It was just like, yes, this is musically how I feel, kind of. So yeah. I would say those two for now. I have a whole list.
Great choices. Great choices. By Mio.
I can't really tell because I have like a era. Sometimes I listen to this kind of music for a while, and I listen a lot. And then I have another era when I listen to this kind of music. So it depends what if I mention, like, funk or like hard rock or like pop or like Beatles or like metal. Then I found other bands. So it's really hard to pick like an album.
That's all right.
More like songs or artists for this particular time. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's the next question. So your favorite two musicians each, then, that's pop into your mind.
Okay, right. So the last couple of years, definitely Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation. What a beast! Super talented. And it took a couple of years, actually, or more, until I saw them live. I got the chance to see them at Brutal Assault Festival a couple of years ago, and my mind was blown. Like, because I was a little like, oh yeah, it's super cool on the records and stuff, but how is it live? Like, how does it sound? And it met my expectations, I would say. I was very impressed, and like, he does all these cool things involving the tongue pressed to the cheek and all these like twisty, like, it sounds like he's twisting his whole instrument. It's so cool. And also how he's like does this kind of rattly singing mixture or something, and it's just very satisfying for me to listen to. Very talented and knows a lot about different mixtures and small tidbits of technique and mixing them together, and I love that. I'm super nerdy about voice and like trying to sound different on every time, or evolve, like trying more things, mixing new things and trying new techniques. So definitely one of them. Another one, I would go back and say my very first female vocalist that I loved was Candice Clout from the French band Etz. And they sang in French. I don't understand French, but I understood her emotions, her expression, like what, like I could kind of make out some words, but and then the aesthetics from the music and stuff. And I did Google it at some point. I was a teenager at the time still, like, what does it kind of mean, But it didn't really matter because I understood the music, like what the music told me. And she mixed like gutturals, growling, screaming, singing, these kind of like haunty, like super anguishy and whispering. Like, it's very everything. It was very dynamic and both subtle and very explosive. So it's that really got me. It's like, wow, that was cool.
Well, Ronnie James Dio as a singer, of course.
Yeah.
That's a band, Mother's Finest. I like the singer very much. Because I was a singer person, I listen a lot. But recently for new bands, I like the whole band. How, if I like live musicians, seeing the band, I like Suffocation, a band called Fallujah. I love Archspire. They were really good live, also very good musicians. But a lot of times people plays very good. Maybe they are not as good on the stage, but the Archspire, they were really good live musicians too, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so Suffocation, the Archspire, yeah. Behemoth is very, very good live too.
Oh yeah, love them.
So,
Great answers. Great answers. Right, so now it's just 6 questions. So, which musician, dead or alive, would you have in your car for a 24-hour road trip?
Ronnie James Dio.
Great answer.
That's a tough one.
Mozart.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, dead or alive. Oh.
I mean, he's a great.
Yeah.
Well,
one of the greats.
One more. Janis Joplin.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. My mind is racing with all the possibilities. I don't know. Okay. I'll say Travis Ryan, so I can pick his brain about his vocal technique.
Great stuff.
So he can nerd about vocals, I think, or something similar, like another vocalist, so he can like really nerd out.
Totally. Okay, so if there was a made-up song, it's got to be a made-up song about your personality. What would it be called? I
guess something like Unicorn Dust Racetrack. I don't know. Because like I
Unicorn Dust
Racetrack. A little like a lot of energy in a ball. A little chaotic. Very imaginative, fantasy kind of person. And also kind of tired. So I don't know. Like all of the things.
Brilliant.
Something like you're like a tough girl on stage, or like but you're really nice.
Warrior Queen with a smile.
There we go. That's a great answer, Warrior Queen with a smile. I love it. Yeah, that's good.
Are we rebel? Are we rebel girls? Kind of.
Oh, we what?
Rebel girls. Are we that?
Yes.
Rebel girls. Yeah.
That's good. A punk song called Rebel Girls.
That's brilliant.
Definitely.
Do you prefer, these are easier now, honestly, I swear, vinyl or digital?
I must admit digital, because it's super convenient, especially for music. I've gone back to analog for books though, because I missed the physical touch of them and the smell of books. Like, I do have the only vinyls and CDs I have left now are our own and presents from friends and in bands and stuff like that, or someone I signed or something I've participated in or something like this. So sadly, in a way, digital, but yeah, more, yeah.
Okay.
I prefer live music.
Yeah,
live music.
Yeah. You feel the.
Yeah.
You can feel the bass. You can feel the pressure.
Yeah. True that.
But then I Spotify, which kind of boring, or YouTube. Otherwise,
yeah, it's just so convenient and everything is there, and it's a little bit of shame, because I do remember the magic of going to the record store and like feeling the records, looking at the booklets and like the fronts, and it's like, oh, which one?
Yeah.
And you didn't have so much money, especially as a young like a teenager and stuff like that. So you really had to be careful, and you didn't know what it sounded like. So if they didn't have the test listening yada yada booths, which rarely happen where I'm from, anyways. So that was like a whole. It had a lot more pressure. Like today, it's just like, ooh, what's this? And you click,
Yeah.
So both have something good and something bad, I would say.
Great answers.
Honestly, I don't have any vinyls or CD player anymore.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, do they? So yeah, I get that.
Broke and I didn't buy a new one. So yeah.
Sorry about this. Told you.
And all our new computers, they don't have the CD drive either.
Nope.
No,
but the PlayStation does, doesn't it? Can it take
yeah,
CDs? I think
you can. I think you used to be able to. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, congratulate you on the album. It's fantastic. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for having us here today to interview. And hopefully a lot of people will get to listen to Death Becomes Her, our new record, and find something they like on it. Hopefully, again, we want to come to the UK to play for you all. We love playing live. That's our whole magical part of being musicians in the first place. That's what we love the most. So tell all your friends, bring all your friends, you know.